Okay, so we're going to use the rectangle tool again, and you can keep it the same color, no big deal. This time, however, I'm going to change it out of object drawing mode and back into merge. Okay, so you see how it's a light gray now. That's telling me it's in merge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my shift key down and I'm going to draw another rectangle. Okay, now if I click on it once, notice it looks different. If I click on this or this, I get the blue object telling me it's a drawing object. Okay, this has dots on it now, and notice on my properties it tells me it's a shape. If I move it, notice that the fill moves separately than the stroke. I could actually move either one of them. Okay, in order for me to select the entire rectangle, I have to double click, or I have to use my marquee method and select it. Now, with it selected, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this 3 times, or actually 2 times, so that I have 3 of them. And then I'm going to hit escape. Now, look what happens if I double click and move it away. Notice how it cut apart where it was. That's what we call the cookie cutter method. Okay, so if I moved this middle one away, it cuts out of the middle. Okay, now with that, I could also, if I wanted to create some unique custom shape, I could come in here and I could just delete these lines in the middle, and now I have a custom shape. Okay, so if you draw in merge drawing mode, you can customize I don't know, a little more creatively than you can if you are in object drawing mode. Okay, now once I do that, this is all one piece again. I mean fill and stroke, but it's one. Now, if I wanted to make this into an object drawing mode instead of a shape, all I would have to do is go to Modify, Combine Objects. Now it is a drawing object. If I wanted to break it apart, I could go to Modify, Ungroup. I could go to Modify, Break Apart. Okay, so there is that. Now let's go ahead and move on to our oval tool. And we'll go back and use our object drawing mode. And when we use our oval tool, I want to go ahead and set the stroke to transparent. Basically, that means there is no stroke. That's the white line with the red line through it, or white box with the red line through it. No stroke color. Now, if I go to the fill, notice that down here at the bottom, I have some gradients. I'm going to go ahead and just choose that red and black gradient. Now, just like with the square, if I hold down my shift key, I draw a perfect circle, just like that. Easy enough. Now, I want to go ahead and choose my oval primitive tool. This time, I'm going to make my fill color the green and black gradient. And I'm going to draw a perfect circle, a little bit smaller than the original. Now, notice that on this, I have these 2 purple, what do you call it, dots, squares, markers. The one in the center, notice that if I pull on it, it creates a hole in the middle. Okay? And now if I draw with my rectangle primitive tool again and change my fill to the blue one, I can draw another perfect circle. And because that last one I did had the hole in the middle, it automatically assumed that I wanted a hole in the middle on this one. Okay? You can still change that though. You can see the marker to do that. But you also have this marker on the outside, this purple marker, which allows you to cut a hole in it to make this look like a C. Okay? Now, not only can you do this here by using those markers, but look over here in your properties. See these oval options? See the start angle? and see your end angle. You see how I change that? Okay? It allows me to manipulate this here with my properties as well. So I could change the inner radius and the start and the close. And I could reset it. If I don't like what I have, I can hit reset and it starts back over at the beginning and allows me to push and pull wherever I need. Easy to use. Okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and find our brush tool. That's right here. And let me hit escape off of that to deselect. All right, so with our brush tool, we're going to set it to merge drawing mode. I also want you to notice down here at the bottom of the tools, we have paint normal, paint fill, behind, selection, and inside. We have, the size, and we have shape. Okay, so there's 3 different options down here at the bottom of the toolbar. We're going to go ahead and we're going to choose a blue color like that. And with that, we are simply going to draw a rectangle. I am going to make sure that I don't leave any gaps so that I can use my paint bucket and fill it. Nice and easy. Okay, and now if I click on it once, that whole thing is selected. Okay, I'm going to go back to my brush tool and I want to choose a lighter color of blue. First I need to deselect. Remember, that's your escape key. Now I have my light color of blue and I'll want to choose paint selection. And then I need to actually select my triangle and go back to my brush. It is still on paint selection. Notice what happens though. If I scribble some stripes across my triangle, all it does is paint on the triangle that I had selected, which is pretty neat. I'm going to hit escape and I'm going to change my color to orange. I still have my paintbrush. This time I'm going to choose paint behind. And I can put, again, just scribbling. I can draw some orange lines going across my triangle, but because my mode was paint behind, then the markers go behind there. Okay? So now we're going to finish this up by using our Polystar tool. And that's docked here at the bottom. And once we have our Polystar tool selected, we can come over here into our properties. I'm going to actually go ahead and make this an object drawing mode. If you look over here, you have stroke. I'll let you choose your own stroke and a fill. Okay. You can increase the size of your stroke. Don't make it too thick. And down here, this is what makes this significant for the polygon or a star. We have our options. Notice that you can choose polygon or star. You also have the number of sides as well as the star point size. So if I just want to do a default polygon right now, there I have one. Okay? However, if I escape and do that again and choose star, I'm going to click OK. I'm actually going to make a different color star. Okay? I have a star. And again, it is in object drawing mode right now. That's why it has the blue box around it. Now, if I want to change those settings, notice that I can, let's say I want to make a 10-point star. There it is right there. Okay, so you have lots of different options that you can use in order to draw. You need to remember that you have your merge and object drawing mode. It's the same button, but it's important that you realize what it is you're drawing in. Let's go ahead and save this File, Save As, and you're going to call it period number, last name, and Drawing Tools. Now, just like Photoshop did, Flash has its own default file type, which is FLA. That's the one that you need to be able to go back in to edit. Okay? Now, you should create a new folder in your schools called Flash, and then you can save these in there. Now, we haven't done any animation. Everything is on this one keyframe. However, when we normally do this, we would hit Publish so we could see the animation. Right now, we just want to export the image, and we need to change the format to JPEG so that you can update your Google site with it.